I'm first child, and my mom hates me thinking I'm a mistake and ditched me for her real family. After all this humiliation, I've decided to ditch her as well. Little background of myself, I, 19M, was born when my mom was 17 and my dad was 19. My dad has been in prison the majority of my life for non-violent drug charges. My mom got married when I was 10 to my stepdad. Just to clarify, my mom and dad were never married. They dated each other and eventually hook up and had me. My problems with my mom started when she got pregnant with my sister, and then after she had my sister, she got pregnant again and had my brother, and I became like a ghost. She hardly paid attention to me. She neglected me emotionally, and I felt like I was unwanted in her life. I didn't matter anymore. As I grew up, I continued to try to get her to talk to me, but she was always busy. With my brother and sister, every family activity they did together, she always excluded me. It was always my stepdad and mom and my siblings except for me. Like I wasn't part of the family. This is how I came to my conclusion that my mom hates me or she dislikes me. As I mentioned before, I have two younger siblings aged 4 and 9. One day, my mom comes in my room. She's all dressed up and racing around, and I ask if she's going somewhere. She tells me no, and I go back to playing on my computer. No later than 15 minutes, I hear the garage door go up, so I race downstairs thinking WTF. Sure enough, my mom, stepdad, and my sister and brother are all dressed up and in the truck, and I'm standing outside really uncomfortable. The look she gave me as she jumped into the truck made me feel like I was interrupting her. There wasn't any, "Oh yeah, sorry," it was just a look of absolute disgust. I don't cry very easily, but something about the whole thing really got to me, and I went back inside and cried a bit, but then got over it. Wasn't the first time. She texts me 10 minutes later telling me they're just going to the park. I don't respond because I would have just worked myself up again. Fast forward, they get home, I was eating dinner, and my 9-year-old sister rushes in after my mom, super excited to tell me about everything they had done. They hadn't gone to the park. My mom had lied to me saying they went to the park when they'd actually gone to Dave & Buster's. They also went to get milkshakes and went shopping. I was visibly crushed by it, and my little sister noticed I had gotten upset. I could tell my mom was about to start making excuses and making the circumstances my fault. So to keep my little sister and brother from seeing that, I excused myself to my room quietly. It super sucks. I've been trying so hard to be a good son despite the selfishness of my mother and her chaotically selfish ways have on me. But once I realized that shit isn't fucking normal, I started questioning our relationship that we once had. I didn't see any safe way out without ending up on the streets. Broke, 19 years old, unemployed BTW. So I joined the army. It was spur of the moment, and she still doesn't know. I can handle it, and it's the first decision I've actually made on my own. I cannot tell you how fucking excited I am for BCT soon. Sorry, everyone. I just wanted to get this off my chest and share my story. Edit. I would like people to know that I don't hate my brother and sister. I like my brother and sister. They also like me. I have good memories of spending time with them. At this point, they are the only thing that I consider family, and I hope they understand why I moved away. I hope that when I come back from the army, they will still see me as their big brother. I would also like people to know that my grandparents from my mom's side of the family passed away already, and my grandparents from my bio-dad's side of the family also passed away. My grandmother passed away 2 years after I was born, and my grandfather passed away when my dad was 15 years old. My bio-dad is the only child they had. My mom only has one sister, and she's married with 3 kids. Her kids are around the same age as me. And she and her husband live paycheck to paycheck, and I don't want to be a burden to them. That's why I never went to live with them. I'll keep you guys updated for now. That's all. I have seen some of the comments below. Thank you everyone for the love and support. Again, thank you all. Update 1. Not much has happened. I've been busy moving my stuff out. You guys told me not to say anything to her about me living, but I find that really hard to do because my sister is outspoken. Everything she hears and sees, she tells. So I decided to tell my sister I'll be living for a job that I was offered. I am going to tell my mom the same thing if she asks. If you guys have any better suggestions or ideas on how to deal with these situations, I'm all ears. My mom didn't see me moving my stuff out, but she did notice some of my things missing and asked about them. I told her I sold some of my things to make some quick cash. I just got a little bit left to move out, and I'll be done moving my things. Just in case y'all were wondering. Where I left my stuff, I asked a friend if I can leave my stuff at her house. She said yes. Some of you are probably wondering when I'm leaving for the Army. It's on the 23rd this Friday. Some of you also ask why the Army and not the Navy or Marines or Air Force. My friend who let me leave my things at her house has a grandpa who was in the Army, and he convinced me to join the Army. But if things don't work out for myself in the Army, I'm going to join the Navy or Air Force or Marines. Thanks, everyone. I'll keep you guys updated if anything comes up. Update 2. Today, my bio-dad called me and said that he got out of prison 2 weeks ago. He's living in his parents' house. My grandparents, when they passed away, they left their house to my dad, so I went to see him. We had a good conversation. He apologized for not being there for me. I told him if he's truly sorry for not being there for me. He should make up for it by being there for me now. He told me he was going to try his best to be there for me and that he got a job in construction. I told him I was going to the army, and he broke down in tears and told me he was proud of me. I couldn't help it. And cry as well. It was a very emotional moment. I told him, because he hasn't been there all my life, I'm not going to call him Dad just because he's my bio dad. I'm going to call him by his name. If he wants me to call him Dad, he has to earn it. He told me, that is fine. I plan on going back tomorrow and be there for a while with him, of course. It's going to be after he gets out of work. Update 3. Hello everyone. This is going to be my last post for a while. I am already ready to go. I am here in my biological father's house. My mom doesn't know I am leaving for the army. The only thing she knows is that I move out her house and staying with my biological father. I left a note telling her everything about how she has treated me except for the fact that I'm going to the army. I am going to call a Uber to take me to station where I'm going to get picked up by a bus and then take me to the army. My bio dad is paying for the Uber in case y'all are wondering. Also, I would like people to know that I forgave my bio dad for not being there for me, but I also told him that just because I forgave him doesn't mean I'm going to call him Dad. He has to earn it. So I started calling him by his first name, Matthew. Yes, that's his real... I could see it in his eyes when I called him by his first name that he was hurt by it, but he accepted the fact that he wasn't there for me growing up. And this are the consequences, but I also told him I give him an opportunity to redeem himself. Let's see if he really is sorry and regrets not being there for me. I don't know if my mom has read the letter because I'm not there to see her reaction. I did talk to my sister, who's 10 years old, about me moving out. Because I got a job, she was sad, but she said, "Are you going to come and visit us?" I told her yes when I have the time. She was 9 before, but she's now 10 this past weekend. It was her birthday. My little brother is still too young to understand things, so I didn't tell him anything, and he's only 4 after all. That's all for now. Thank you guys for everything. Thanks for listening to my pathetic life. I'll make sure to keep you guys updated if I have the time to post. God bless you all. Update 4. Hello everyone. It's been a while since I posted. Sorry for not updating you guys sooner. Well, I did went to the army. Everything worked out good. But I will say those 10 weeks were brutal. It was hell. I couldn't even smile because the drill sergeant would get in my face. Anyway, back to the update. I gave my previous phone to my bio dad to give my bio mom so she can cancel the phone service. I decided to get a new phone whenever I get the time to buy a new one. I am doing good. I haven't heard anything from my bio mom, so it's same to assume she doesn't care at all. Oh, well, I did made new friends here, as some of you told me. It's been good. I also got my own place and I have a date tomorrow. She's someone I met in the park the other day. She's a freshman in college trying to get her degree in teaching. Nothing serious right now. We're just going out as friends, trying to get to know each other. I'm also seeing a therapist. It has helped a lot. Anyway, that's about it for now. I'll update you guys if anything else happens. Edit. I forgot to mention my friend and her grandpa were at my graduation, so I wasn't completely alone. I know some of you ask for my address and what state I live and express the desire to come cheer for me. But I didn't really felt comfortable giving you guys my location, not because you guys are strangers, which you are, but because you guys already have your own personal life to live. I didn't want to bother you guys with anything else anymore. You guys have been a big help just by showing love and support and giving me confidence.